For 10 years, Clash Royale has owned this genre. Dozens of clones tried to steal the crown, but most ended up in the graveyard. Dead servers, abandoned updates, and lobbies full of bots. Finding a real competitor was tough, but I found 5 that actually hold up. Let's count them down. At number 5, we have LEGO Star Wars Battles. Honestly, this would be way higher if it wasn't stuck on Apple Arcade. It's a shame because it's one of the few games that actually tries to evolve the formula. Instead of just dropping units, you build turrets to control the map, and you're forced to master both light and dark side decks. It looks great, and if you're a fan, the sound effects and music alone make it worth playing. The biggest selling point is the lack of microtransactions. Since it's part of a subscription, you don't have to worry about people outspending you to win. It's a fair, competitive Star Wars game, and if you have access to the service, it's a no-brainer. At number 4 is Warcraft Rumble. This is a bit of a bittersweet recommendation. Let's be honest, at launch in 2023, this was one of the buggiest games ever released as a final product. It felt like a rough beta, with constant crashes and terrible optimization. Most of those fires have been put out by now, but the damage was done. Visually, Blizzard nailed the tabletop aesthetic, and the animations are great. It also has a massive single-player campaign and co-op raids, which most games in this space just don't offer. Unfortunately, after all the problems, Blizzard has effectively given up on the game. As of 2025, it's officially in maintenance mode. No new minis, no major content updates, just recycled events. So why is it on the list? Because what's already there is actually solid. If you love the Warcraft universe and want a high-quality experience, it's still worth a download. Just don't expect it to grow anymore. Coming in at number 3 is Minion Masters. Game started as a PC and Mac game on Steam, later came to Xbox and also runs on GeForce Now. There's an Android version too, though the mobile port still has some performance issues. No iOS, unfortunately. So what's the game about? You pick a master with unique abilities that level up as the match progresses. Then you deploy minions and spells from a 10-card deck. Whoever controls the bridges levels up faster, and hitting max level triggers Mana Frenzy, where cards start flying out at double speed. That moment usually decides the match. The big difference from Clash Royale, no card levels. Nobody is stronger because they spent more money. The community is smaller, a few thousand active players, not millions. But if you want to actually test yourself rather than get outspent, this is the place. At number 2, we're going with Siege World War II. The game takes the card-based PvP formula and drops it straight into World War II. Riflemen, snipers, paratroopers, tanks, backed up with airstrikes, minefields, artillery. The maps are inspired by real World War II battlefields, and it doesn't feel like a cheap costume on a Clash clone. The setting actually fits. The pace is slower and more methodical than most Clash Royale alternatives. But you have to stay sharp because everything can flip in seconds. One bad push, one poorly timed play, and the balance of power shifts. The game has been running for about 7 years, still getting seasonal updates, new cards, twice weekly challenges. That kind of consistency is rare. Credit goes to the Bulgarian studio Imperia Online for keeping it alive. The weaknesses: you'll sometimes run into opponents way above your level, and like any game in this space, the pressure to spend is real. If you can live with that, and you want a game like this with a military setting that actually commits to the theme, Siege is well worth your time. Number 1. War Alliance. In Clash Royale, you're just the hand dropping cards onto a board. War Alliance adds one thing. You personally control a hero on the battlefield. Your hero moves, attacks, retreats, pushes forward. Each one has different stats and abilities for different playstyles. Deck strategy and real-time combat, layered on top of each other. Is it the first game with this idea? Probably not. Champion Strike had a similar concept before it. But War Alliance executes it so much better. The controls are responsive, the visuals are good, the sounds work, and it runs fine even on older devices. You'll find real opponents without a long wait. And when there aren't enough real players around, the game gives you a choice. Get paired with a bot or wait a little longer. No fake names, no deception. There's also a near-identical Chinese clone floating around out there. When someone copies your game one-to-one, that's probably the best review you can get. If you're only downloading one game from this list, make it this one. Thanks for watching. Take care.